Here we are today, folks. Another pretty day out. A little warmer, back up into the 80s. Come out here, I'm going to try to do a little work on a prototype. I've been trying to change setups around how I actually shoot some of these groups. And today we're going to try this thing. Actually like a little stop I've made up so I can shoot up my bipod and actually get a little shoulder pressure on it. Before I was kind of shooting it semi-freewheeling. I've got this thing kind of adjustable. I can move things around, and basically I've got the rest sitting against the bottom of the table here where I can push on the gun without having anything move around, and I've got it here in the back so I can kind of square it off with the target as I'm going. I've got a double wedge system on here that I can slide this up or down to get adjust our height on it. Now I am shooting off the pistol grip, but that's pretty solid, and I don't really have much out here to shoot off of. Plus I'm shooting on the wrong side of the bench anyway, but I'm in the shade. So I'm going to give this thing a whirl and see if it's any better. Got these little shims adjusted here to make sure everything's flat. I've got my rifle pretty well level, and let's see if we can make something go bang. Alright, I guess this is a cut scene. I had filmed this out there, but the wind started to blow. You don't notice a nice little breeze out there on a nice day, but if it hits the microphone of the camera, you sure notice it after you get back and try to edit this film. But one of our viewers was kind enough to give us some ammo to try. We got these little green tips, and yep, that's a metal piercing tip on there. If you ever have any doubts, just get yourself a magnet and he's got a an AR with a 24-inch barrel on it as well, and these things actually shoot rather nicely in his rifle, so they group well. So he wanted me to give them a try. Thank you for those, and let's see what they did. Alright, going hot. Looks like it pretty much stays on target. I pulled that one. Definitely pulled that one. Let's go see how that did. Well, there you have it. That's our green tips. That one there, I rocketed out. I noticed right off the bat it it slid right as I was pulling. But you can see the other four. And that's kind of what I've noticed in this rifle with all the different factory loads that I've shot out of it. None of them are real happy. I would really like to find one that was real happy so I could just bulk up and Maybe go shoot some prairie dogs with it, but not with that. Alright, let's try testing some of our match primers. We're using 42.2 grains of arget as our base test, and we're going to try see what if our speeds change, if our standard deviation is going to change, mostly our extreme spread, if it's going to change. And we're going to try some different primers. Still working with our little prototype device here. Got our chrono hooked up. And let's see what happens. Okay, the prototype test stand. We gave this thing a whirl last time we were out there. I was trying to see if I could get a little straighter reaction off of the recoil with this thing, you know, to where the gun wasn't moving up or down or anything. And I was actually trying to get some shoulder pressure on the bipod, kind of reduce what the bipod was trying to do there. But the issue I was having was with my little setup here. See, I can move that in or out to get my height up, and as I'm reaching around it, I'm just basically, you know, adjusting it with my hands, you know, to get my crosshairs dead on. But by me putting butt pressure on it, gave me a little bit of instability right here where it was rocking back and forth. One shot I actually felt it slide a little bit, you know, just from the mere constant tension I had on the forward on the bipod. So that made my targets string a lot. It's probably why you're not seeing much target footage, because it wasn't all that great. Still, we were testing loads at the same time, so it didn't really matter much. I was still getting data off the loads we were trying. I just couldn't get any accurate groups. Alright, those bottom 5 shots there, that's, like I said, we're using my little prototype, and it had a tendency to give me a little bit of a issue. But as you see there, CCI primers, 24.2 grains of arget, gave us an average speed of 2771, standard deviation of 9, with an extreme spread of 25. We also shot some Winchester small rifle rounds, and of course we're still doing a little stringy there. That had an average speed of 2745 with a standard deviation of 18 and an extreme spread of 43. Then we moved to some Remington 7.5s, and that average speed was 2741 with a standard deviation of 16 and an extreme spread of 43. And then this happened. Next up, Federal 205s. $27.19. $27.17. $27.18. 2722. Twenty-seven, 26. Where it got a little faster, didn't it? Federal 205 M's. Group wasn't doing this little stringy thing a little bit more. I don't know if I was getting more used to my prototype or not. But that had a average speed of 2720, which is a little slower than what all the rest of them were doing. But it had a standard deviation of 3 with an extreme spread of 9. And we were definitely going to try more of those Federal 205 M's.